I am representing the industry. I'm from Bosch. I spent 15 years in MEMS sensor development, and now I'm collaborating with ELTE together in the AI department. I support the AI projects in the AI department together with ELTE.
Thank you. Yes, so who doesn't know about it, our Department of Artificial Intelligence is sponsored by Bosch, by a research development unit of Bosch. So probably you will hear this expression research development in the next 2 hours very often. So it's very important that the research development unit, having about 2,000 engineers doing research development and not coding, is initiated to create our Department of Artificial Intelligence, to create our master program in autonomous systems, and to support our master education in artificial intelligence. So this is the connection with Bosch. The next one.
Hi, my name is Milan, and I am in my second years of master at the AI faculty. So I am representing the students here, and shortly about my background, that I have done my bachelor thesis close to AI, and this evolved to the project at the department. So I got motivated in the topic and got to know the department, so I started my master there. And at the beginning, I have been awarded with a scholarship from Bosch, which also gives me some valuable insight to how they are using AI for example, autonomous driving, and I am involved in some cooperation with them. And I am also a demonstrator at a neural networks bachelor's class.
Thank you. So we have switched to English, but if you want to ask any question or remark, you can do it in Hungarian, of course, no problem. So I hope all of you understand English, but if you want to ask something and you would not like to tell it in English, you can do it in Hungarian, of course. Zoltán.
My name is Zoltán Istenes. I'm associate professor. I'm working in a special department of the faculty, which is the Industry Academia Cooperation Center. And I'm teaching robotics, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, and I really like these topics. I will maybe speak about what kind of robots we have and what kind of research we are doing with them. And I'm involved in several big academic projects also. For example, the EIT Digital, which is a cooperation of several universities. We will speak about it. And some other master cooperations involving field robots and similar things. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
My name is Franz Király. I have the honor of having recently been able to join the same institute for Industry, Academia, Innovation, as the chair of Data Science and Engineering, which is the head of one of the departments, part of the institute. It's a chair which is endowed partially by Deutsche Telekom, so we have also a significant project footprint with Deutsche Telekom and other industry partners. Background-wise, I joined ELTE about 3 months ago. Before that, I had 3 years of various middle-level technical leadership roles in industry, in multinationals, in R&D. Before that, 10 years in academic roles in the UK, University College London. You might also know me from activities in the Python open source space, where you may or may not have used one of my packages if you have imported any. So, looking forward to an interesting panel round.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Zoltán Horváth. If you have not met me yet, probably you did. So I am from the other institute. Because of all of the, I just recognized that all of my colleagues are here from the Institute of Innovation between academia and university. Myself, I am now the director of the Institute of Computer Science and represent software technology. But I am just the moderator, so you will answer the questions. So my first question is about, could you please tell me in just 2 sentences what do you think? What is the main goal offering master's program in computer science at Eötvös Loránd University? So what is your opinion? What is the most important mission of this master program we offer to our students? And what can you expect to get from us? Start now from here.
Bit difficult. Was this the first sentence already? So I suppose employability, certainly, acquiring unique skills that are difficult to acquire if you already work, for instance, in an industry position. So methodological, mathematical background, formal education is, from my industry experience, difficult to get if you would already start instead in an industry role. Then academic innovation competences, especially innovation competences between cutting edge, bleeding edge, academic topics, and of course day-to-day work in industry or in applications. 2 sentences.
Thank you.
And a lot of ends.
Yeah, you can continue in the next round, but Zoltán, what is your summary? What is the main mission?
I think my mission, and I think some of my colleagues' mission also, is to let you learn. So I will try not to force you to learn, but give you all the possibility to learn. All what you want to learn, as you want to learn, what you want to learn, what kind of topics you are interested. I think there is a lot of possibility at the Faculty of Informatics, so whatever direction you want to go. We are representing only a small fraction of the teachers, but there is a lot of possibility, and not only to learn just by learning, but also to learn very interesting skills with network, with other universities, Hungarian or also international universities, and also to go to the industry if you want.
Thanks. Milan, from the other aspect, what do you expect our master program should give you as a value?
So after I finished my bachelor, I had a broad overview of the whole topic of computer science, and I even take some specialization, but I thought that's not enough. So I expect from master that I can delve deep inside these topics, and I think master is good because most of the classes are built around the same inside the specialization, and it shows you the different aspects. And what Zoltán said, that they are very motivated to teach these students, you can utilize these, and with this you can speed up your learning procedure much faster, I think, than if you go straight away after bachelor to the industry and work on a project, I think.
Okay, so from my perspective as an industry representative, I would say we have a clear expectation from the students and after MSc to be self-confident and creating something new. And this is what an MSc studies provide you as you finish your MSc. This is not appreciated by the industry. It's really expected from you that you can creating something new, something creative, and this is really as also an entry point for you in the industry. This is from my expectation from your side.
Thank you. It was really nice to hear that industry also expecting that our graduates at the end of the master studies are able to create new solutions, new ideas, which bring added value for your company. We agree on that. So now I ask my question in another way. My opinion is, and you should reflect whether you agree or more less or less, my opinion is that the master degree is about the thesis work as a deliverable which contains a new idea in computer science, in some field of computer science, a solution for a problem which was unsolved before. A little original new idea produced by the student. And all the master studies are built up to reach that goal. That in your master thesis, after 2 years, you are able to formulate an original new solution for a problem, preferably received from industry. What do you think about this view? Can we expect that?
So I suppose my work contract states that I have to agree, so now I just have to explain why. Okay, but jokes aside, I think there is much truth to that, because one skill that you learn, and you learn better the further you progress in your university study, is independent thought, scientific thought, critical thinking. Right now on the market in AI, right, it's a hot market, and people who have run the scikit-learn or Hugging Face introduction notebook once, they already say, I'm an AI expert and I do AI for a living. But what is a rare skill, and a skill which is hence very valuable, is that you're able to independently solve problems with methodological background knowledge, with critical thinking, scope a problem that might just be vaguely defined in application, in industry, and solve it with your formal knowledge. That's what you learn, and of course, that's what you learn better with a master's degree or even a PhD degree. So, yes.
Thanks. Zoltán?
Sometimes it's not easy to differentiate a master student and a bachelor student. And I have to always explain for master students that this is not anymore the bachelor level. So at bachelor level, we are expecting you to program. You can write a big program or small program. You can ask Google. If you have any question, you can ask ChatGPT. You can write you very nice answers for any topic. But this is not what we are expecting for the master level. We are expecting what my colleague told, that to analyze the problem, to study what is in the literature, what is already known before you started to work on that, and try to add something to the science. Try to find some new perspectives, some new ideas, some small thing. You're not expecting to write a Nobel Prize documentation or something like this, so that would be good. But of course, we are not expecting a PhD level dissertation either. But we are expecting some new, some original, some added scientific value. Not a bigger program, not one more paper what you read, but something what you add to the science. And I think this is the objective of the master, to teach you think and teach you solve problems individually, independently, and also with your colleagues.
Milan, what is your ambition? What will be the new idea in your master thesis?
First I would like to answer the question. So I also agree with this, because I think one of the advantages the master compared to the bachelor, that it's much closer to academics, and academics are usually in front of industry in a way that the things that research there, they are not proven yet, or they are totally new. So this is a very good experience to gain. And I would like to also add that you not only have the chance to do your thesis as a new thing, but during your master you can join to existing research projects, which will make you learn much faster, and you can get much more experience sooner. And this can also help to you to get some publications, looks good on your CV. So I also, because I finished my bachelor at the department, straight at the beginning I joined to some research projects, and I think this is why master can be a very good choice.
So I would like to a little bit emphasize a little bit other perspective. You mentioned learning, so this is true, and from my point of view, I have 15 years behind me, a lot of interviews with students, a lot of fresh graduated students work together in the project. And the big difference is basically, or the similarities basically, it doesn't matter if the students come from MSc, from BSc, we have a very strong professional background, mathematics, physics. This is a good background what they started. The big difference is how independently they can work, how good they can collaborate, because we cannot expect from a university that you will learn everything in a university. So we'll learn further. You need to develop your further in the industry, you need to collaborate together with other domains as well. For example, if you apply for my field, for example, you have an AI field, for example, you have a great model, for example, what you want to implement, but you need to adapt this model, these results, to a completely different domain, which you never will study in the university maybe. And the MST studies provide you projects, collaboration work in the industry, in scholarship, where you will learn how to collaborate, and it will be not that hard, basically, to go to the industry where it's really expected from you to adapt your knowledge from the book. This repetition task, this repetitive task what you learn from the BSc will be replaced in a completely creative work, which the MST studies, the project what you will learn there will really help you to enter in this field, and it's really a big advantage for you if you are prepared for this. As we already tested in the interviews, as I mentioned, if we discuss with students, we asked how many collaboration projects they have behind you. What was your special role in this project to detect how flexible they are, how the thinking is, how the collaboration potential is. So learning in that sense, not a professional learning, what you mentioned, but basically the soft skills. The collaboration is very important. What you in MSc studies, that from my point of view, and based on my studies, and you can say if you are true or not, MSc studies, you have the first time that you have time not only work from books from this profession, but you have able to adapt other knowledge from others, knowledge from other techniques in this field. This is very interesting, and yeah, that's why I'm thinking is maybe the question why not to continue to the MSc studies if you have the choice. So for me, I really formulate really more aggressive. I don't think why stop the studies in PhD if you have the chance to continue it. Yeah.
Thank you. Your answer is already probably an answer for my next question, but anyway, it leads to that question. So I would like to ask you, what do you think? Is it possible to teach a student how to create new idea? Is it something which can you teach at a course, how to solve a problem and getting a new idea of it, how to do research? Can we teach that? How to do research? What is your opinion? If yes, how? Start.
My opinion, you learn best by doing. So learning by doing is a key principle in our degrees, and specifically in our master's degrees. We have, for example, co-located lab projects with applied character or in collaboration with industry, and in these labs, the core principle, so there's an entire sequence of this lab schema which runs over the course of the entire master's and culminates in a thesis. You start with a simple but still well-defined problem, mentored by more experienced academics and innovation experts, and throughout the course of your study, you increasingly learn, you get increasing freedom as you progress in your skill to independently solve the problem, how to act on your own, how to reason, how to produce solutions to application industrial problems. So it's one core principle in our master's education, and I mean, as they say, it's better to teach someone to fish than to give them fish. Or I forgot how exactly the idiom goes, but that's how this is turned into a principle of teaching in our master's degree. So labs, thesis projects, and of course our teaching itself is mixed with teaching applied patterns.
Thank you. Zoltán, what do you think?
My provocative answer is no. Of course, we cannot teach you how to do research and how to do many things, but even though we are trying, and for example, Professor Zoltán Horváth has a very nice course to try to teach you research methodologies. But I think, of course, this course is very important, and all what we are doing here is going towards this direction to let you do research and to learn individually. But of course, this is a very difficult task, and we don't have classes. We don't have so many classes how to learn or how to do research, but we are trying. The Student Support Center also have some classes or sessions when we are trying to push you towards this direction. But I think that what my colleague mentioned, it's really important, and it's a bit controversial because we are saying that individual work is very important, and then we say that group work is very important. Of course, both is very important, but what you should understand that it's not possible anymore to learn by yourself at home reading books or to following some online materials. They are very good. You can learn a lot from these materials, but you cannot learn what we are trying to do this here at the university, because university it's a completely different thing. It's a community. We are together. You are together. You can talk to us. We can talk to us also. And this network and this connection and this possibility to learn, to do research, to think about, to ask questions that what do you think about, is it a good idea? Professors are also talking with each other. We have some project and we are talking about project. So this is what is the added value of the universities. And if you are involved in this whole thing, this is what is called university, that let you do research, that let you learn, and that let you discover how you can do research and scientific work and more better learning, and to know a little bit more about computer science and to add to this science. Wow.
So my opinion about is that just throughout a class, so just turning the theory, you cannot learn how to make a good project, how to be good at researching. But a very good way is that to apply to do some research project with a PhD student or a professor. And I think if you are enthusiastic enough and hardworking, then I think it's not so hard, because PhD students and professors, usually they have a lot of ideas, but they have limited time. And this is where it comes to be a good cooperation between a master's student and them, that to collaborate and try to make those ideas to work. So, for example, from my part, I think collaborating with my supervisor, it helps me a lot to learn how to make a project good, and he always motivates me to think. So if there is a point where we have to make a decision where this project will go, he don't share with me his ideas yet. First he sent me home to think about my own ideas, and then we come back and then we do a brainstorming about it, that which ideas are better, and then we make a decision together. And usually maybe his ideas are better, but sometimes my own ideas make a change in the direction. And another thing that's important I learned is that how to build up a project. So he always emphasized me to try to build up the project step by step, not to go all in, not to use the best parts at the beginning, because then if it's not working, then you don't know which component your project fails on. So I think by doing these collaborations, it's a very effective way to learn and get these skills.
So a question was raised. I have a very quick answer to that. What will be decided with MSc studies, basically? From my point of view, it is a starting point for the life to be an expert for something. It doesn't matter if you will be a teacher at the end or will be an expert, the domain expert for something else. But with this MSc studies, you researching a domain where you would like to enter and spend a lot of time. It doesn't matter that later you cannot change your perspective, but it will be also the opportunity, the freedom to look what kind of domains you have, what kind of knowledge you want to go in deeper and work on that. And later on in the industry, it speaks about expert paths or career path that you have done. Basically, this is the MSc study, the beginning, the specialization, as you call it in the university. This is the first point where you enter in this field and choose for you some special topics where you want to work out further. And be an expert on that, and everything that we speak about it, what is an expert, as independent thinking on this field, make a creative idea, services or products on this. This is the beginning of this journey what you choose with the MSc studies. Yeah?
Okay, thank you. Then I can ask immediately, what do you think? is our master program, structured in a way that our students get the possibility to choose the topic freely enough, the domain in which they would like to be an expert. Do we provide them a good menu for that? What do you think about it? What is part of this menu, and whether this offer is competitive enough internationally? So does it worth to choose our master program? Does we offer you possibilities in a wide range, but our teachers think about it?
I would say yes, certainly. So of course, when you reach the master's stage, it is time to specialize. So while the BSc program gives you a good foundation in general data science, formalism, mathematics, basic AI, right, you will have to specialize at some point to become an expert in something, and it can go towards academic directions, it can go towards methodological directions, it can go towards more software engineering or data engineering type topics. But as you also see, for instance, in industry, you have different types of roles. You have the AI engineer, data scientist, data analyst, back-end, front-end engineer, and so on. So at some point, you need to specialize, and at the same point, you need to develop your independent skills in that topic. And of course, ELTE being one, if not the most preeminent university in Hungary, we do have a good range of topics on offer which are also highly relevant: data science, artificial intelligence, bleeding edge technologies, which will give you an edge on the market if you go for the master's or even for the PhD. So I do think we have a good range of topics to select from, depending, of course, on the career path that you later aim for, industry, academia, and within, of course, different kinds of specializations.
Okay, thank you. I just participated at a European conference, and I want to give you an argument, a message of that conference. It was told that data science is nowadays a must for everybody who is enrolled at a university. But you can be an expert in data science, but it's a must in psychology, in biology, and in many other fields of education. Data science is a tool which has to be known and used by everybody. So a data science master is very important. And
I would say it goes beyond science. It even goes beyond science.
Yeah.
Right? So society at large, industries, processes, operations will move more towards data-driven ways of working. So I would even go further and say, in any job, in any industry you will work on, there will have to be experts in data science, also, of course, artificial intelligence with the revolution that is going on. So possibly these masters that we offer here are one of the most valuable types of skills, or provide you with the most valuable types of skills that you could potentially acquire for the decades to come.
Okay. Zoltán, what do you think?
I used to ask the question that, and I ask for you, what is the difference of a kindergarten children and a PhD student? What is the main difference? You don't know? Usually students don't know, but I think the main difference is that what's happening with you during a day. Like, if you go to the kindergarten, you wake up in the morning, same as the PhD, but in the kindergarten, your mother grab your hand and bring you to the kindergarten. You might cry, maybe you don't want to go there, but you should go there, you stay there, you will do something what they are told to do, you have to have a nap in the afternoon, but it's everything obligatory, you don't have so much choice. When you go to the elementary school, it's more or less the same. Maybe your mother don't grab your hand, but you go by yourself there, but maybe you don't like to go there, you have a very strict topic, but you learn day by day what are the courses. You do this because it's obligatory. Then you go to the high school, maybe you can choose your high school. You look at a little bit that, oh, this is better high school, my friends go there, so you choose a high school maybe. And then you go to university. University, you have the choice to choose what kind of university you want. There is a lot of university around ELTE also, but there is very probably you have a reason that why you came here, because you think that this is the best university around, and you have right. And then you have the possibility to choose that I'm trying to do, for instance, biology or literature or computer science. So you have the choice you have a liberty, you have the choice, you have the possibility to choose what you want to learn. And that's what we try to give you, and that's what is opening at the master level, and even much more at PhD level. We are not speaking about the PhD, but the PhD, I think that then you have the full possibility to choose whatever you want. You really can define your own research topic. You can really work with the professor in your direction, what you think, what is the right idea. But also at the master level, we have lot of choice. If you go to the web page and you look at what kind of majors we have, you will find it very, very complicated. And you will find we have computer science of 2003 and 2008 and 2013, 2018. Come on, we don't know what to teach for you. And the answer is no, we don't know, because the computer science, there is a lot of topic which is changing very, very fast. So we don't have courses or masters or majors what we are teaching since 10 years, because this domain, the computer science, is evolving really, really fast. And not only artificial intelligence, but it's especially true. Do you know what will happen in 2 years in artificial intelligence? If I'm asking what was 2 years ago, 2 years ago, but there was no, I'm mentioning this thing, that ChatGPT, but because that may be the best thing, but you know, and nobody had an idea what will happen and how will change the life of many, many people. So it's very, very difficult to know the future, but that's why we try to offer a very wide range, and we try to follow the trends. We try to follow what is new. But at the same time, of course, we try to give you the basis, the foundations of these topics.
If I can continue this idea, then we heard about this ChatGPT and a lot of advancement gone in the field of artificial intelligence. And at our department, at the AI department, there is a class called Natural Language Processing, and so far it only covered the topics up to the classical methods. But now they changed the class and they doubled the material. So you can really see that there is an intention to follow this rapid development and to update the class according to the new demands. So the students who will leave this master, they will already have an up-to-date knowledge. And I think that maybe at the AI department, most of the topics are covered. I can talk about just that because I have experience there. Most of the topics are covered, but what's more important is the skills you can learn and the teachers who are giving you these lectures. And so far I can say that the teachers and the professors are very nice, and I enjoy having collaboration with them.
I would like to again highlight another perspective. I cannot say how good the programs are because you are the experts in the study. But I can say in the industry side how we satisfied with that, the results basically on that. I came today with Milan today from an event where 26 topics were presented in the Bosch ELTE cooperation from MSc students, PhD students, Bosch employees, professors were there. So nearly 90 people were involved. This is the result of the last 2 years where we collected. These are all collaboration projects started with MSc students. They are able to deliver great results of their research. They can decide later on if they want to publish it. Our expectation is to implement it in the industry, but a lot of them is fulfilled in this event. It's great to see the enthusiasm of the people who present their topics, and they want to make this research, and it's not decided in which direction they want to go later on. But it was good to see how competent they are in this research topic in MSc studies and how successful they are already in the beginning of the MSc studies. But so this is from my point of view, the answer to the results, how the programs good are. So we can hopefully improve it, I don't know, but based on the current results, they are is really successful with the MSc studies, and the result of the MSc studies, the students' ability, how they can think self-confident, how they collaborate with the professors, with the company supervisors, basically, and how good the results they can deliver on that road, basically.
Okay, thank you. So I want to add a few comments because I am in the situation that I know how these master programs were created. And one very important thing, that even if you told that you are not in the position to judge how good the program is, but you can experience the result of it. On the other hand, I remember that the curricula, the master program for autonomous systems, so which courses, what to do, how to do, this was created in a way, probably you were not there yet, that Bosch told us what they expect from us. The only problem was that Bosch expected to have about the double of courses and competencies which is possible to insert into one master program. So finally, we just put in half of it, so to tell the truth. But anyway, this master program is a good example that a master program was created in continuous discussion and cooperation with a company, what Bosch needs. So autonomous system program is about that, what you need. And artificial intelligence is very similar, I think, how it was created, please.
So what you mentioned, the message is what you mentioned is basically that we ask more as you can fulfill in MSc. It means the need from the industry is there for the knowledge. Yeah? So, and also what I mentioned, university in 2 years is not able to fulfill any needs of the industry, but to learn how to develop further. I think this is the most important thing, and this is provided by MSc studies during these projects, during this collaboration works that we mentioned before. And yeah, learning is not ended by the university. I think this is the most important message that you mentioned. Although we try to improve the amount of objects and the knowledge, but of course, you need to go further, you need to learn more after you experience more, learn more after ended your university studies as well. And that is the reason what you mentioned. This is my answer to that question.
But I have several other fields, master programs I should mention. One is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity was created in cooperation with 5 excellent universities, top universities from European Union. This is a consortium providing a master program in cybersecurity, and we are member of it. So all the curricula decisions, the thesis requirements, creating something new, are compatible with the program and the requirements of several other universities in Europe. So this is a quality guarantee that we are working together with the best universities in the same field. Another thing I would like to mention, software technology. In case of software technology, the curriculum was created as well in cooperation with Helsinki and with other universities. And the results on software technology, you can see, is, for example, code compass, code checker, static analysis tools for checking how good the source code is people are writing. And this tool set is used by companies like Google, Mozilla, Huawei. I have seen a nice screenshot from Huawei. We have seen our software tool code checker with Chinese letters. They are using it. And what do you think? Is it a good feedback for you? If your product produced as a master student, research behind, new ideas behind, your ideas, you see that is used by companies like Google or Mozilla. Is it good for you? You have an impact. What you have done is interesting for people. Is it motivating? I think yes. So these are examples. You can join projects which are producing results which are open source, open access results, And people all around the world are using what you have done. And you can do that as a master student already. And there are topics like intelligent field robotics. Zoltán, just a few words about it because of it's your favorite topic. You have nice robots.
Yes, this is also a good example of cooperation with other universities, with the Girona University and Zagreb University. We started a new master when we are dealing with field robots not in industry and closed environment, but outdoor robots. And Girona has a very nice, more than 2 meter long submarine robots, and students playing with them. I always saying playing with them, but of course they are working with them. But from exterior it looks like playing with them in a nice swimming pool with transparent walls. Zagreb has some aerial robots, some drones, and they are flying all around in swarms. And we have some wheeled robots, big robots like this, more heavy than me, and it can pull me very easily with a robot arm and a smaller robot. And we are experiencing these robots all around the faculty and in the fields. And we went to an apple plantation to monitor the agriculture field. So I think those are very, very interesting cooperations, very interesting project, and I really encourage and say that this is not what you can do at home, and this is not what you can do elsewhere.
Okay, so the next question, does it worth to spend 2 more years here at the university when you are looking for a job, finally? Is it any benefit of these 2 years spent here instead of spent at a company? What is the difference, if any?
Yeah, so we've already mentioned that at the start, that these 2 additional years give you space and also independence to develop your skills, your independent thinking, which is difficult to have, say, in the context of a corporate setting. Right, so one example we've just heard about, right, getting really full-time or, well, a part-time space to work with these robots, right? I'm always scared of your robots. But for instance, in the data science department, another example, I mentioned open source at the start, right? In our department, one of the foci is, you probably know, scikit-learn, Hugging Face, and these frameworks. So if you go to industry, you will have to learn how to use these. Right? But if you come to us, you will learn how to build these, or how to build the next scikit-learn, how to build the next Hugging Face. How likely is it that you have the time and also the intellectual freedom and the mentoring for it to learn either of these things? And I'm certain my colleagues can also give other nice examples which might excite you in terms of AI, robotics, data AI engineering. So freedom and space and the opportunity to develop your skills before, you know, things get more project-centric.
I think that if you want to earn money, then it's better to stop and not to continue in master, because of course if you go to the company.
No, I would disagree even with that. So your lifetime expected. Sorry. Okay.
If you want to,
there's a twist. Right? Yeah, there's going to be a twist. Okay.
So if you want to earn a lot of money, then it's better, of course, to go to company. You will have a good starting salary, even at Bosch, at master level, at bachelor level, and you will work for until your end of your life. But if you calculate a little bit and you stay a little bit more at the university, let's say for the master or even for the PhD level, don't forget the PhD level, let's say you stay only for the master for 2 years, then when you go to the company, of course your starting salary will be not will be higher than the bachelor starting salary. Maybe I don't know, but we should ask the experts that how does it compare? That is the bachelor level will reach the master level after 2 years? Maybe not, but it's very sure that the master level will increase much better, much sharper than the bachelor level. So I think that if you integrate for your whole life, or even for a couple of years, and do not count only the first 2 years when you are studying at master, it's definitely worth to add these 2 years. And what we are always saying that so you learn a lot, and you will have a better starter salary, and you will have a better increasing salary also. But do not forget that if you stay at the master at ELTE, you will have the opportunity to learn to earn money also. Because if you are involved and if you participate in project, then you can work and then you can earn not only money, but you can earn also ECTS, so you can learn credits for your studies also. And this is a very, very nice opportunity. This is a very nice advantage that while you are learning, then you start to work a little bit, you familiarize with the industrial environment, and you are getting involved in project. And that's what Tamás told, that I was, and János was also in that meeting at Bosch, and we saw our students that they are working with Bosch in a part-time, and that they are, beside of their academic progress, they are doing a very nice industrial progress also. So stay at ELTE and study master.
So I would like to think about a very actual perspective. So in the recent years or even months, we can see that how these AI technologies like ChatGPT are developing. And they are good at actually solving a lot of computer science tasks, which you can earn by just doing a bachelor. And this is, I think, just the top of the iceberg. These technologies will definitely improve in the future. And this will definitely change the work of a programmer. And we don't know in which way. So I think it's a good investment to deepen your knowledge, because then you will be more resistant to these changes. So we can see that, for example, the GPT-4 is already quite good at programming. Maybe it's very close to the level of a junior programmer. So we can see, I won't say that it will replace the junior programmer or programmers, but with these tools, maybe programmers can do even more work. So maybe there will be less demand for this, or programming as itself, as we think about it, will change. So maybe in the future it can be a communication, a cooperation between the AI, so you will iteratively solve the task together. You ask the AI to do a task, it writes the code, then you review the code of the AI, and maybe at the end the programmer will implement it into the bigger code base. And this can be fun for some, but this will make you harder to develop as a programmer. And so what I basically want to say is that the future is unsure, and the most changing industry is the tech industry. So for example, a doctor won't be threatened by AI in our lifetime, because we won't give responsibilities to AI yet. But as a programmer who can maybe just writes the code, the responsibility will be for a higher person at a company, and the higher person has the more in-depth theory. And this theory you can get if you just continue your studies as a master's student, or maybe even as a PhD. And so what I want to say is that I think it's a good investment to study in these times.
As I would like to ask you, because you show me that the basic salary or the beginning of salary, how much is it? I think it's not a big difference. How is the beginning salaries in the beginning if you start the industry? The potential is, how big is the potential that it will be increased during the years? And somebody who finishes his MSc studies has more potential, more flexibility, because they have more potential to collaborate with each other, to create something new. And as at the beginning, as you mentioned, I come from Engineering Center Budapest. We have 2,000 engineers. They are engineers, they are developing the products. It will be in the serious production in 2-3 years. We are working together in teams with 300, 400 people in one project, for example. And it was discussed at the beginning, groups and individuals. The individuals are very important, what their skills have that, but they need to work in groups, because nobody are able to have all the knowledge that this team needs. So they're very complex processes what we have. The world is very complex today. If you think about AI, sometimes we don't work in one dimension. Of course, develop some project. We need to develop against the uncertainty of the project background as well. So therefore we need the creativity. So my perspective in Bosch from Budapest side, it's MSc studies a must from my point of view, because this provide you those flexibility, knowledge, ability what you need for the day job. Of course, BSc studies, if you feel comfortable to make some repetitive task, for example, which then of course you have the knowledge, you have all the experience there, but to be creative, it has more flexibility. You need to have the MSc studies finally.
Thank you.
So if I can add one point to that, because I think it might be interesting. So I fully agree that in industrial and cutting-edge AI applications, you see the need for more integration, for larger teams, for dozens, for hundreds of people, and that also means mid- and top-level technical roles, which are like architects or AI experts, AI architects. These roles are needed, and for those typically, just to assume the role, you need MSc, perhaps even BSc depth of expertise and skills to ascend on the technical ladder to these types of roles, which are emerging. You see less and less fragmented ecosystems, you see more and more integrated industrial teams which are large and which have these dedicated top-level technical roles. So again, that fits together with the lifetime expected income.
And additional to that, we implement things in the industry which will be researched half a year ago in one publication. So, as I mentioned, the event where we are just arriving in this event, so they are really research topics which will be directly implemented. So the world will be faster and faster, basically, and therefore this MSc studies you need basically to come with this development.
Yeah.
Sometimes
to handle this complexity, basically.
So, thank you. I would like to make a conclusion of this first part, and then your questions are coming to be answered. So I go back more than 100 years. This is my usual message. Our university is called Eötvös Loránd University. Eötvös Loránd was rector of this university. He had several other roles as well. So he had a view about what is a good university should look like. And his answer was, a good university involves the student into the research activities of professors who are able to create new, to answer problems. So how to learn creating new ideas? The answer is not just taking courses, but much more to work together with the professors, researchers who are able to do that. And by doing jointly, you get this skill from your professor, working together with him or with her. This is an idea for more than 100 years ago. Time is changing. We may tell it's even better, or you may tell at the end it's even worse. It's not enough, because of about the 70s, the best universities are doing differently. They continue this tradition, but they told that the research questions, the questions to be solved by not research only, by developing solutions, research development, should be questions which has an impact, which has a relevance in industry, in the society. So this is called innovation. So for about 50 years, we have a little delay on that, to tell the truth. So in about 50 years, the best universities are defining projects, which projects has a research component. This project gives you education, which gives you knowledge, but they also have an innovation component, a business aspect. So research, development, innovation is coupled together. And you are welcome to join to such projects here at our master programs, where you can do something which is at the same time your education, it's research, and producing a result which has an impact, which has a business or societal impact. So this is the summary that we are offering you a master program as the leading research universities of Europe, where research, education, and innovation is coupled together, and you are part of teams of students who are working in this direction. And now we try to answer your questions. So I get a help what kind of questions we got.
Yes, we have more than 20 questions. So the first is it feasible to pursue master's studies while working a full-time job? What accommodations, if any, are available to facilitate this?
Milan, is it possible to do some kind of work and doing the master studies in parallel? What kind of work, what do you think?
I think it's possible, but in a way it's a sacrifice. Because, so for answer to this question, it's possible, yes. Because, for example, I am doing the project with my supervisor. It's like a part-time job. It takes a lot of time. And currently, I am also doing my master's. I am completing my classes. So, of course, it's possible. This is how you are playing with getting more experience in the industry or having more time to do your own projects and to do collaboration in research. So this is what you are playing with.
Zoltán?
Maybe it's possible from the student perspective, but I do not recommend it. Really don't recommend this to do that. Because if you try to do a full-time job in parallel with your studies, it's very, very difficult, and you have to do some compromises, and then your study will not last 2 years, but 4 years and 5 years, and you will struggle with the exams. You will not perform well at the university. So it's a very bad idea. Instead of try to start your master, try to do it in 2 years as it planned. And do something which is a part-time job with the industrial partners we have. We don't have only Bosch, I don't want to mention others, but we have several other industrial companies, and we give you the possibility of this project. And if you participate in this project, professors are leading the project groups, and professors can control your industrial work and will not let you work more than what is good. So it's a kind of control situation, and you can do your studies also, and some project work also. So
and you get a fellowship additional.
And you get a fellowship. So don't try to get too much. The master is not an easy thing to do. You can do in 2 hours per day.
Ferenc?
Yeah. So I wanted to say something very similar. So in general, in the typical situation, it is a bad idea. It is a risk. And in my career, I have seen this many times, and it leads to a failure in one or the other way through just work-life balance goes down the drain. Part-time, slightly lower risk. But in principle, the one setting in which it actually works, so supposing you already have a workplace and now you're interested in master studies, so the one way this arrangement can work, if you have a full support of your line manager, so your line manager at your job gives you full support and buy-in, and there is an arrangement, for instance, with the university, with the department on a joint project. So what you're learning is synergistic with the goals at your primary workplace. Now, if you're doing that on your own and on the side, and you have diverging goals, that typically does not work. But it works if, say, the company you work at or the position you have, your line manager is supportive and also gives you time if you need it for your studies.
So from my perspective, full-time job is difficult.
Well, part-time. It has to be part-time.
Part-time is okay. And
you can't do it on the weekend. You can't say so two days a week at least.
Exactly. So I formulated 50% of the. So that is a lot of best practice with the industry how it works. So we appreciate that you learn during your MSc study. You can also earn money for that, and basically, of course, you have lessons and studies that you can fulfill. But in the meantime, you can work with the industry as well. So we have a lot of programs, also scholarships and trainee programs. We supported that. And it's really appreciated that you finish your MSc studies, but you work parallelly. So there is a good balance between them. We can handle it really flexible. It's accepted that you cannot come because you have a lessons. It's very, very flexible. And of course, you can combine your studies with your work as well. So you can use your results of your work to be a diploma thesis, for example, or it can be an industrial practice that is respected is also combined. So we can create a win-win situation at that case that you can reduce this effort and combine these two programs that much together that it's really a benefit for you. It's not a not a time-consuming process.
Not full-time.
Not full-time is not possible because, of course, the study is important. The study must be finished, but we are flexible enough to appreciate that you do that, and we can handle it flexible. That it's not. You can do it effectively.
There's a part-time, and there must be a synergy between the two parts and buy-in.
Exactly.
And support.
So this is important, and this is given.
Yeah, so we think that the best synergy is that if you join a project lab, and then you get about 50 ECTS of your studies for this project work. 50 of 120. So this is a nice combination of working on something really interesting research development question under the supervision of a university professor and taking into account the need of the industry. So it's a combined win-win situation. And then you learn a lot, you earn some money as a fellowship, and even your classes can be chosen in a way that the topic of the classes, there is much freedom at the master programs, the topic of the classes are relevant for the thesis work, for the project work, so you can choose the classes which are the most important for you with respect to your project work. So everything, as I mentioned at the beginning, all the curricula of the master program is built up that the final result, the final deliverable, your master thesis, is served the best way. Project lab, classes, everything can be chosen a way that the master thesis will be at the best quality, having the original idea we expect from you and the industry is expecting from you. So this is the idea how to study and work full-time, all the things together. Okay, next question.
Which master courses are actually during the day? As far as I know, software engineering courses start after 4 p.m., both regularly and evening courses.
Yes, I answered this. Actually, this is a tradition that we give the main lectures, not the labs, but the main lectures, we give at 4 o'clock, starting at 4 o'clock at software technology, but probably also at information systems. So at several master programs, we give the main lectures just late afternoon or early evening. Why? The reason is that these master programs are offered not in the normal daily time, but there is a version for evening students. So there are always, you know, there are two kinds of studies possible, the daily normal way of studying and the evening way of studying. And we do not want to duplicate the big lectures. So we organize them jointly together for the two kinds of students. And that way the students who are the normal program, the daytime program, they can also take the big lectures at 4 o'clock. Yeah, this is the simple answer for it.
It's almost the same. That is it expected that more specializations will be launched on the evening courses, but that's the answer that sometimes the daily courses are after noon.
There is no tradition at several masters to be offered evening time. So it may change, of course, but so it's probably different in the master programs which are offered in English. One more remark. All of our master programs has an origin of a European level double degree program. All of them. Which means all of them are at a very high quality because of, I can tell you, I have told you already, cybersecurity, data science, The program on intelligent field robotics is an Erasmus Mundus double degree program. The previous ones are the European Institute of Technology double degree programs and so on. So all of the programs have top quality, and all of the programs deliver you the same prestige master degree as you would get in Helsinki, in Berlin, or in any other leading university of Europe. The same degree you get, and you can even choose that you get a double degree, getting one from us and the other one from our partner university, because we deliver the same content and the same requirements. And yes, but this is of course an obstacle. So we cannot change arbitrarily any program of us in a way that lectures are given in the evening. Then it's not possible to be completely offering the same thing as our partners.
Next one is, which master option is recommended for continuing the individual bachelor specializations, modeler, software designers, and software developer studies?
You are free to choose anything. So you are not restricted by your bachelor. Think a little bit. Master program is open for anybody coming from all over the world. So we are not planning the master programs based off any bachelor specialization. We have to be open for everybody, not just for our own students, and not just for our students, let's see, specialization B or something like that. Not, it's open for everybody. And you can choose freely. And if something is missing, you can take the course and you can fill the gap.
Okay, the next questions are about admission process. What kind of questions can we expect on the oral or technical part? How hard is to get an application to the AI faculty?
Actually, as far as I remember, in most of the cases, there is a very easy enrollment for you who received your bachelor degree at a high-level institution, especially if you have received your bachelor degree at our own bachelor program, then your enrollment into the master program is very straightforward. So don't worry. You are good enough to be enrolled. Questions will be easy, I can promise you.
There is a question about the point. Will it change in the next year how you count the
You mean the minimum point for enrolling the master? I can tell you it's 80. It was always 80. It's I tell you probably in some of my classes invariant. So 80 is the invariant. Okay.
And is it based on the average graduation points?
Yeah.
Yes.
So don't worry, you can reach 8 point. You are good enough. 80 point. You are good enough for that.
I want to study for a master in artificial intelligence. How flexible is the course in relation of Erasmus?
All of my master programs allow you to go for Erasmus. That should not be a problem. There is an instrument called mobility window or something like that. And it's an obligation, but even if it was not an obligation before, we have offered a very easy solution. If you go for Erasmus, if you go to a double degree, if you go anywhere, and you choose anything, then most of the cases we are just taking into account how many credits you bring home, and then same amount of credits just by sum of it we take into account. So don't worry about whether there are the same courses or not. We are not asking for studying the same abroad as you would study here. You are free to study something very different abroad, and then you just bring the ECTS credit transfer form. We look at it, okay, 60 credits, nice. You have to do 60 credits less at ELTE. That's easy solution, isn't it?
Sorry, and to add that we have a lot of international cooperations and connections with many universities. So if you are interested to go to Erasmus or CEPUS or whatever EIT digital program, this is a really nice place to come here.
Yeah, and even other parts of the world like Japan, South Korea, We have partners everywhere. It's just on you.
Specializations that focus on trending technology are available for full-time students, taking into consideration the demand for highly educated professionals in areas such as AI. Would you consider enabling these specializations for evening class students as well?
Yes, I have a concern, as I mentioned, that these programs, because of they are fully in coordination with our partners in Western Europe, are not that easy to change into an evening version. So that the programs who are running and offering an evening version curricula, they will be kept to run. But I doubt artificial intelligence or data science would be a good idea to try to offer the same. So probably not. However, of course, you can schedule your studies in a way that you do it, as Zoltán mentioned, that you plan to do it instead of 2 years, you plan to do it in 4 years or something like that. I don't recommend it, but probably it's possible. And then you get less load per week at the university. You have more time at the company, but this is surely not the optimal way.
What is the difference between a data scientist and a data engineer?
Please, what is the difference?
They probably also want to ask the difference to the AI engineers. That's a set of roles with slightly different skill sets. So if you go from the industry side, now I also have to say these job descriptions are not uniform across different industries. So if you go to a different multinational, it might mean a little bit different. So a data scientist is usually someone who's more on the analytics side, so mix of statistics, machine learning, AI, but also a little bit of software. So think about the person who works in a Jupyter notebook with Python, but then does analysis with Matplotlib, statistical libraries and such, possibly also on scale. Data engineer is more on the data backend side, so you can think of big data technologies, stream technologies, working with the databases, data repositories, with a connection to, but supporting data analysts, data scientists, and AI engineers. AI engineer is a combination of software-sided concerns and AI methodology. So you have these, you have intersecting parts, and intersecting parts are typically software and methodology, but the focus is a bit different. So for AI engineer, you have more software. So if you go for the data science masters, then it will get you towards more of a pathway. AI engineer, data scientist, data engineer, methodological or more academic, so methodology development will get you towards more the AI methodologist, AI scientist, research scientist kind of trajectory.
Thanks.
Clear?
If not, then you can react now here.
Well, just study all of our masters, one after another, and then you will know the difference.
Okay. How many students are being accepted each year?
We are free to accept all the students who are good enough for entering master program. It was never ever, I remember, the case that we have refused students just because of a limit on the numbers. We are increasing the number of students enrolled for master programs year by year. It's growing. If you check the statistics, you can see it's growing year by year. We have more and more master students every year. And the same for international students. We enroll more and more international students for the master program, every year more than the previous year. So there is no practical limit I see for the next year. Of course, there is a theoretical capacity limit of us, but we will do our best to give you the possibility to be enrolled.
And at the same time, we are trying to slightly increase the points also to the quality of the students, not only the
I think the 80 points are good enough. So we keep the number of. This is it's different with the bachelor. In the case of the bachelor, we keep invariant the number we take in. So it's about 530 every year. We enroll in the Hungarian system of application for the bachelor in computer science. The same for 12 years, 530 every year. And because if we get more and more applicants for bachelor, the minimum point and the average point is growing very rapidly year by year because of there are more students who are applying and the same accepted. In opposite, at the master program, we keep fix the points, 80. And if we have more students who can who get more than 80 points, then all of them are enrolled. So there is no limit on the number. There is a fixed value which is high enough. 80 is a good number. 80 of 100, because of this is a system of 100 points, in opposite of the 500 of the bachelor.
We have more than 10 questions.
Okay.
Next one is, if you choose a double degree EIT program, do you have to be an A++ student during your bachelor years?
Zoltán, that is the selection criteria for EIT double degree.
Yeah, I used to participate in the selection committee of one of the master of the EIT digital program, and the points, the academic result is just one selection category. We are looking what is you should submit some motivation letter, and so there is a lot of other component what we are trying to study. Of course, we would like to be at the towards the top level, and not if it's not the best student. So if you have very bad results, we don't really like it. But you can compensate if you write a good motivation letter, and you can explain for us, you can convince us why despite of your not so good academic previous years, you are worth to come to EIT Digital, for example. And the same for the IFRoS program. We are really closely looking at each student and what is the potential of the students, and why this student would like to come to us, and what do we see enough potential in it, and then it's okay.
I just remember now a press release of a few days ago, where one of our famous scientists of Hungary, getting the Nobel Prize, Katalin Karikó, explained that he was the student at probably the secondary school getting always just a 4. And there were a lot of classmates getting 5. But he was committed. She was committed. She had the ambition. She was working hard. And who got the Nobel Prize? She got the Nobel Prize. So don't worry if you have just a little bit lower marks at the end of your bachelor. Probably you are committed and hardworking enough to get a new good possibility at the master studies. And one more aspect with respect to EIT. EIT is expecting that you are open for business ideas. And you have now our bachelor students at ELTE at least got some knowledge on business fundamentals already. So you can use that knowledge of you already to write a good motivation letter. So you can tell that I was involved into some business fundamentals education, I was involved in the innovation lab, and so on, and you can write a good motivation letter.
Yeah. And suddenly all your other activities is taken account. So if you participated some industrial project, if you had some good ideas, if you were already in some fields, if you had an idea, you developed the project, you have a GitHub account, and you can produce something. So that's all such activities is very important also.
Yeah, if you allow me to take some examples of my own children, it's convincing if I have motivated my own children for taking part. So my son has taken part in the EIT program, and he got 2 degrees, and 1 degree is from one of the best universities of Europe. which is Technical University Eindhoven. And he was happy with that program. He is doing now something which is really a combination of computer science and business activities. Developing a robot like Zoltán Istenes likes very much. Such kind of autonomous robot is a work of him. My daughter has cooperated with the AI department here. And she convinced me that our AI curricula is good enough. She told me a day that if I could make a choice again, which master to do, then the AI master at ELTE is the best choice. It was her statement, so I can recommend our AI master as well because of my own daughter has convinced me that it's a good enough program. So choose these double degree programs. By the way, in AI, there is a new master, double degree master to launch. The new master is called emotional AI. This is something new which starts now. What does it mean, emotional AI? Should be kept secret because of I don't know. So probably somebody here knows what is emotional AI, but it's very exciting, I think, emotional AI, and we will see how it looks like. It's Zoltán?
I don't know the definition. I'm not teaching this topic, of course, but as a professor, I can answer for all of the question of the students. That emotional AI tries to involve the human in the AI. So it's not just the pure mathematical computer science, but also the human aspects of the AI. Very briefly.
Okay. Next question.
How fast can university education keep up with the impact of technology in society, AI, crypto? Also, should bachelor students be encouraged to also join research?
The second part is clearly yes. It's just on you. You can start to join our project labs at the time of your bachelor studies. Even your bachelor thesis can be related to such a project work related to industry. But in the first part was how fast we can
keep up with the impact of technology in society.
As I said, check our website. When was the last time modified our curriculum? And you will see it was 2 years ago. And this is just when we changed the titles.
1 year ago.
1 year ago. Yeah, it changed very rapidly. And this is the titles, but inside of the courses, professors can update. I'm updating my courses every year, and many of my colleagues updating their curriculum, their courses very often, because the technology advances, and we should keep the speed and to be aligned with the industry, because that's if we are behind several years, of course, our students will not be able to go to the industry because they will not understand the current technology.
Actually, the last revision of the master program was in 22, in the spring of 22. This is the...
I am pushing to modify the autonomous system curricula and adding the IFRoS first year, so it's always in motion.
And why we have changed the curricula in 22? Because it was made clear that we will change the requirement of the master thesis. And since 22, there is a clear requirement of the master thesis that you have to have at least one own original idea included into your master's thesis. It was put in 22, and we have taken as a best practice the requirement of Aalto University, Helsinki, Finland. So we use the same requirement Aalto is using. So we are fully compatible with that since 22, and this was a change just 1.5 years ago. Please. Milan, first.
I would like to comment to the second, that how can you join to project as a bachelor student. My experience was that if you have a class and you are motivated, you perform amongst the top, then you just go to ask the teacher if you can maybe do your thesis in that topic, and then maybe you can maybe involved in a project like I did. I even got a scholarship from the Department of AI when I did my thesis, and we did a project that was used by other researcher teams, like for example the daughter of Zoltán, Horváth, they also use this project. So I think you just have to show that you are good and just ask and look for these opportunities as a bachelor student.
And I can say also, I had a student. She did her bachelor, and in the beginning she won UNKP, the National Excellence Project or Grant, and we worked together on a project. When she finished, she participated also in a competition organized by Bosch, and she won that competition. And then she went to an EIT Digital master degree, so that you can start in the bachelor, and you can build your career taking these activities and not just studying or doing nothing. So there is lot of opportunity.
Ferenc?
Yeah, so about keeping up with newest developments, of course, the master's degree, which starts in 2024 fall. We're of course updating that again with, given the newest developments. And the other thing I wanted to mention, so I already mentioned the principle of the data science labs and the thesis program, which is very much motivated by our collaborations with companies and the applied space. So of course, as companies pivot, the demand will change, the topics will change, and we will of course be forced, or better, we will have the opportunity to pivot towards newer cutting-edge developments through how the course is already set up. So that will happen by itself, given how the degree programs are structured, with co-located labs, collaborative programs, with the pull and the impetus also partly coming through these projects into our everyday teaching.
Okay, thanks. I was told that there are 10 more questions, and I see that a few of you already has to go elsewhere, so we should be quick now to be able all the answers in time. So I would like to ask my colleagues and Milan to give short answers, please. Okay? Please.
Two.
Is it true that data science will be launched as a separate master and not as in computer programming?
Yes. Short enough.
Quick. How difficult is to go from C specialization to go the master software engineering?
Should not be a big problem. You should be motivated, committed, and you can do it, I'm sure. Next.
What level of programming knowledge is required as input? What languages? Data science and AI?
Please.
There.
Python.
Yeah, Python.
Quick enough. Next. But I teach programming languages, and I always tell my students, probably you heard from me, that a programming language is just a tool. Concepts, ideas, thinking, models are more important. You will find your tool set in any language, doesn't matter, believe me.
Yeah, there are subtle variations if you go to high-performance computing or newest developments, but basically Python.
Okay. If you understand the main concept of programming languages, you will be able to adopt to any requirement like Python. Why not Python? Okay.
Of course.
Next one.
What subjects are required or recommended for the cybersecurity master program?
Who can tell something about the cybersecurity? Cybersecurity, to tell the truth, is very heavily based on a good mathematical foundation we know. I can tell you a story about the double degree program when we started, and Trento was involved in Italy. This is North Italy, a very nice place. And after the first year of fourth cohort, after the first year, we got a complaint from Trento that there is a huge problem with the students coming from ELTE to Trento. Among the students they get from all over the world, there was a significant part, probably 1/4 or 1/3 of the students coming from us, and they have started to complain about our students. And the complaint was the following. Our students are boring at the lectures because of all the mathematics needed for cybersecurity, they know already. And that's a problem because of others coming from other places does not know this mathematical foundation. And the Italian professors were in trouble because of it was very difficult to deal with this difference of two subset of the students. So my answer is, don't worry. Our education, if you are coming from the ELTE bachelor program, is strong enough in mathematics to be able to cover the needs of a cybersecurity master. And you get also very well education in software, so I think don't worry about it whether you are prepared for cybersecurity. You are much better than students from any other place of any other universities. We have that experience. Is it an appropriate answer? Okay.
Sure. When are the lessons in AI specialization in generally? When are the classes? It is afternoon?
It's different. There are some lessons that start at 8:30. There are some lessons that start at almost in the evening. So it's well spread during the day. There is no certain
So
time.
I would like to share you something, because this is the truth. We are lack of rooms. We are lack of many other things, but first of all, rooms. And that's why the schedule of the lectures is sometimes inconvenient, not just for the students, but also for the teachers, because of our rooms and labs are full scheduled from 8 o'clock in the morning with the evening lectures to 9 o'clock in the evening. So we use the infrastructure whole day. And yes, this is the situation. We cannot do other way. So this campus is too small now, from the point of view of the number of lecture halls.
So we might be experimenting with asynchronous and hybrid models, but let's see.
It's better to do it in person. But that's the reason why we have the lecture schedules in that strange time as well. However, I have heard from colleagues from Sofia that they are even big trouble. They are giving lectures during the night as well because of lacking the rooms. So we are in a better position, don't worry. Yeah. Please.
Okay. Which master specialization would you choose and why? It's not a quick question.
Oh, and everybody would tell you the answer, his own favorite, own specialization. If you ask me, software technology. If you ask
we can say at the same time.
Yeah, so that's a hard question and easy to.
This is a very bad question, and because
sorry, it cannot be a bad question. Somebody.
It is because what.
Sorry.
It really depends on you. What you would like to do. This is the question. So if you would like to do playing with robots, then came to do IFRoS. If you would like to do, I don't want to say that playing with numbers and data, go to data science. If you would like to do artificial intelligence, do AI. If you want to do software,
we do AI too, of course.
Go to
more software stuff.
So check what you can choose and have a big dream and then choose that one. This is the possibility. That's why.
How about comparative French literature? That's nice, no?
Yeah, if you want to do French literature, go elsewhere. But
just one answer. I meet all the master students at the beginning. As it was mentioned, I give a research methodology course for everybody. How to do research. So that can be part of a course, a class on teaching how to do research, we give you. The other part will give you by the project team and by the supervisor, which is not teachable. Doing by learning. Learning by doing. Sorry. And actually, I always encourage the students to define a topic which is the most motivating for himself or herself. It's your task. Find your most motivating topic. And all your choices should be done around the topic which is most motivating for you.
It really will not mean that you specialize in some direction and you will never have connection to the others. I think it will come. And this is the point, as you mentioned, choose one and you will also, during your life, conduct it with other topics as well.
So maybe one point to add, so whichever you choose, you usually can pick courses from the other specializations or from the other degrees, either as elective or as compulsory electives, because there's a certain closeness, just the focus lies different.
And data science and AI, it's also...
Yeah, exactly,
AI.
exactly.
We have also AI in robotics. So
Yeah, so many project teams are mixed. So many project teams and projects involve students from different specializations because of the projects are needing complementary competencies. So that's an answer. Next question. How many we still have? 7.
Is it possible to upload a brief description for each class in the curriculum on the website?
It is uploaded,
Yes,
isn't it?
and how to tell what the classes are really about just from named of them?
From?
Just from named of them, I don't
see.
understand also.
I see. I hope that the description of the courses is public. If not, if there is any missing description, then please tell us. Theoretically, all the courses should have several pages, about 1 to 2 pages description on our web pages.
So I think it's public,
Yes.
but not easy to find.
Not easy to find.
Well,
It's yeah.
it depends on if you go to the curriculum, the major descriptions, then you have a kind of PDF, when you have all the courses and which semester and how many hours and the ECTS and all these things. And then the name of the course is a link. So if you click on the link, then you have another page when you have the description of that course.
I am sure there are missing documents. There are always, because we have a lot of specializations, lot of master programs, and lot of classes and courses. By the way, we give 4,500 hours per week at this faculty for 3,300 students. So it's really a lot. So it's probably true there is a missing document. Let us know and we will give you.
Yes, and there are a lot of information on the web page at the DTK. Yeah, it's the Student Super Center on the web page of the university too. The next question is, what is the ratio of Hungarian and international students in the AI specialization?
I don't know exact data, but maybe 70 international, 30 Hungarian. So I think the international is in majority. But I don't know for sure.
For the whole program of us, bachelor, master, everything, I know the ratio, it's 1 to 3. So 1/4 are from abroad and 3/4 are Hungarian. But this is the general composition of all programs of us. I cannot tell you now by specialization.
Yeah, it's the opposite. So it's not based on data, which is a bit funny, I suppose. But in my surroundings, it's about 2/3 are international, 1/3 Hungarian.
Yeah, at the master level, I think we have about 50-50 or something in total. But there are master programs in Hungarian, you know. So yes, that could be the right answer. That the master programs we are running in English, the majority of the students should be from abroad, to reach the average 50% at master level and to reach the 1/4 as a whole. Next question. Yeah, the international students or students from abroad are from all over the world. So probably you have some statistics, but sometimes I'm asked from where students are coming to us. And my answer is from everywhere, from all over the world we have students. Also PhD students, 1/3 of the PhD students are from abroad, 1/3. So it's a huge part of it.
How much of the master classes are online or hybrid or live?
So actually now the policy is that we give everything in person. You might get an opportunity that you can also join the course via Teams, but this is not by rule. It's just an additional possibility in most of the cases. The course is given as the basic situation in person.
So in the MSc Data Science, currently we're planning to record the major courses and make them available.
Yeah, but still, if we record it, it's just for giving the possibility to see it again, if you need it, but not for the purpose delivering the course hybrid or online, just for helping you. We do a recording as well.
Yeah, that doesn't work for tutorials, of course. Yeah. Tutorials and mentoring, you have to participate in person. So it's not just frontal teaching, obviously. But for the frontal parts, recordings help.
So I myself, I record all my lectures to help the students to look at it again from home. But I always tell it's just a gift. The class is given in person.
Okay. The set of entrepreneurship classes are the same for every specialization?
Yes.
What extra skills do they provide for the average student?
Oh, it's a long question. The entrepreneurship classes are really specific to ELTE, I think. I don't think that it's too many universities in Hungary who are doing. We started with EIT Digital, and the EIT Digital programs, this is a main component, 30 ECTS from the 120 ECTS, so it's a major part of the curriculum, and we introduced some of these entrepreneurship courses for all the other majors. And I think it's a really big added value for the students. I don't know what was the question, but
whether it's depending on the specialization, the content of it. I don't think it's
for the EIT Digital students, it's a majority. It's 30 CTS. For all the other students, it's much less, and it's a bit different.
Okay, we have only just 2 questions, and after we draw the prizes, so keep up. Is it possible to continue my studies in a field of science other than computer science, for example, business engineering, with a bachelor degree here at ELTE?
It's not on us. It's always on the receiving side. We are very open to receive students from many bachelors, not just from computer science. I remember we have the rule that if somebody has studied at least 60 ECTS of the 180 of computer science and math together, then we are happy to enroll. And what is missing, we will offer to take at the time of starting the master program. So we are very open, but it may happen that another master program is more restrictive, so I cannot promise you anything. But what can you do after a computer science bachelor? Yeah, it's depending on who you are applying.
Yes, and the last one is, I'm sorry if I missed it, but could you please share what makes ELTE master program stand out from other Hungarian universities' master program, such as BMA?
We never mention any concurrency, so I haven't heard the last word. Okay, check the very latest ranking of HVG of this year. Probably you cannot check yet because I know something already before if it's published. Probably too early, so I'll probably tell you a secret. But again, we have the same answer as earlier. So we have the best quality of students for 5 years at bachelor. And if you are counting the years, it should have the consequence that we have the best quality of students at master level as well. So this is one argument. And the quality of student, so your quality, how good you are, please believe a teacher teaching for many years, it's much more important than any effort we do. So the final outcome of a program is depending as the main factor, the most important factor is the quality of the student, believe me. And then we do our best to give you the best education. And I think my colleagues will give you some argument as well, why it's worth to choose us and not something else. Please.
I can talk for my department, for our data science MSc. so one of our focus topics is open technologies, open source. It's hard to find in Europe universities with a significant footprint and expertise in creating, designing, engineering open technologies in the AI space, open source Python libraries, use of open AI models. So that's something that you specifically and specially can find at our department. If you want to build something like scikit-learn, Hugging Face, there's few places you can actually go and learn that. So open technologies is our focus, our unique selling point. Of course, we also have the entire industry connection landscape and direct connection with use cases tied into your degree. That's also a rare thing to find. Of course, that exists more frequently. It's still semi-unique.
If you don't trust HVG, you can check other international rankings also. So that, and you will find where is ELTE and where are the other universities.
Okay, Milan also.
I can repeat myself that why? Because of us, the professor, and because of you, and because we can let you the possibility to learn and to study what you want.
Yeah. Milan, why to choose us?
So I can talk about just the AI part. So I think there are AI masters at other universities too, but there is no AI department as a department itself. So I think this is a very big advantage because this is already a big facility. And I think the actual team who are teaching now, the educators, are quite good. And if this will remain in the future, then I think it will continue in a very good path. And they are following very actual technologies and they are teaching those. So I think it's a very good reason.
Also, there is question, but I would say choose ELTE. So we are very satisfied with the results what all students. So choose ELTE.
So I wanted to mention that you should ask Bosch, you should ask Deutsche Telekom, why they have chosen us for creating an industrial department. Probably the arguments they have are relevant for you. If they have chosen ELTE, that probably is worth to choose ELTE. Why Ericsson is running 6 project labs, why OTP has created a new cooperation in cybersecurity just a few days ago with us. So you can ask the companies what they think about ELTE master programs, and then probably you will be convinced about it that worth to choose us. And one more argument, even if we are in cooperation with some of our concurrent Hungarian universities in the international double degree programs, if you ask who is running the highest number of double degree programs in computer science here, you will get the clear answers. We are running the highest number of double degree programs. You can calculate again that we have a double degree in cybersecurity, in software. It's not double degree currently, but it was created as a double degree one. We have double degree in fintech, financial technologies. We have double degree in Industry 4.0, in data science, now in artificial intelligence, the emotional AI, and probably I have forgotten a few. So we have a lot of offer for you, and all of them are top quality European double degree programs. Even if you are doing it locally both years, you get the same quality. So this is a difference towards any other university here at Budapest or in Hungary. And one more aspect, my favorite one, you get a real industrial research question to solve, and you can work in team of your students groups. So you get the opportunity to work together in a small community, in a small group with other students from not just from Hungary, but from all over the world. In teams, you get around you a nice environment. I asked my Italian PhD student a few years ago, who done her master here with us in software. Anna, why you have chosen us? You are an Italian student, you did a master, double degree master, Italian and ELTE. You can choose any PhD program anywhere in the world, at top universities. But you have chosen us. And her answer was because of I felt that you take care You give me possibilities. I get what I would like to get here. I can work on interesting topics received from industry, and I can work under the supervision on topics in cooperation with other students. This was her answer. So this is the optimum for me. So she has chosen us because of that. So you should think about it, whether you have the same arguments or not. So thank you for your questions, for the answers.